Since showrunners split Season 4, Stranger Things has dominated social media for over a month. The ending left many viewers depressed and pessimistic about Hawkins' future. The Duffer Brothers said on a podcast that the final season would be different. Netflix granted the Duffer Brothers a 5-season agreement because they needed that many episodes to finish their story. Stay tuned for all of the Stranger Things Season 5 updates. First, let's look at when will Stranger Things 5 premiere. It's possible that this is the most crucial question pertaining to Season 5, although an official release date has not been announced as of yet. However, if you want to make an informed judgment based on the show's release date track record, the 5th season should arrive somewhere in 2024. The first season premiered on July 15, 2016. Season 2 premiered on October 27, 2017, 15 months later. Season 3 debuted on July 4, 2019, almost 20 months later, and Season 4 debuted around 35 months later, owing in significant part to the pandemic. The average wait period between seasons is around 23.5 months, or almost 2 years. Of course, it would be preferable if we didn't have to wait so long, but that trend puts us approximately halfway through 2024. Following that similar trend, we should see a few official sneak peeks and teaser trailers as early as 6 to 8 months before Season 5's debut. Matt and Ross Duffer indicated in a recent interview with Collider's editor-in-chief Steve Weintraub that they want to emphasize content quality above speed of delivery. Nobody wants their work to suffer as a result of hurrying through the stages of writing, pre-production, shooting, and post-production. In the same interview, the Duffers also said that the visual effects team was on par with that of the Marvel comic universe, but with a far shorter turnaround time. The Season 4 finale alone included more visual effects sequences than the whole 3rd season of Stranger Things. Moving on, how many episodes are planned for the season? This will once again be based on assumption, since the showrunners are currently in the midst of creating Season 5. The pilot, the 1st season, and the 3rd season each included 8 episodes, while the 2nd and 4th seasons each contains 9 episodes. If previous seasons are any indication, there will most likely be 8 episodes in the next 5th season. The Duffer Brothers have recognized that there have been some concerns over the length of the episodes, and they've indicated that the majority of the episodes in Season 5 would be closer to the episode runtimes of the previous seasons, which were around an hour or less. They also said that the final episode will be closer to 2.5 hours long and would include an epic battle. This was said at the same time. As a result of how everything came to a head in the last episode of Season 4, there won't be any time in Season 5 to gradually set the stage for action. From the very first episode, it's going to be non-stop action, so be ready to put your foot to the floor. What kind of things should we anticipate from Season 5? Millie Bobby Brown, who portrays Eleven, and Noah Schnapp, who plays Will Byers, have both criticized the Duffer Brothers for not murdering off any of the original cast members or characters. Instead, the Duffer Brothers have focused their attention on killing off supporting characters in smaller roles. They've stated that this isn't Game of Thrones, and they don't want to kill characters off just for the shock value, but they haven't directly addressed what their plans are for deaths in Season 5 just yet. However, they have stated that they haven't directly addressed what their plans are just yet. Even if the deaths that have taken place up to this point were emotional and essential to the narrative, many fans of the show Stranger Things have complained about the plot armor that consistently appears to shield the group of primary characters. Following that, what comes next? Stranger Things viewers are eager to discover what's in store for the future as the 5th and final season approaches. Much like the Mind Flayer, don't be upset that it's nearly over. Instead, be grateful that you were there for the trip. Fortunately, there is positive news about the Stranger Things world and its characters' next great things. Netflix has previously announced a spin-off series, and although the Duffer Brothers have been tight-lipped about the specifics, they have said that it would be 1,000% different from the current series. In addition to the spin-off series, they will be in charge of a stage play based on the Stranger Things world. This stage production will be produced by Sonia Friedman, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and directed by Stephen Daldry, Billy Elliot, a well-known British theatrical pair who have collaborated on several occasions. The Duffer Brothers have also established a new label, Upside Down Pictures, with Netflix for future collaborations, including the spin-off series. The label's primary emphasis will be on tales that inspired the Duffer Brothers as they grew up, where the ordinary collides with the exceptional, allowing for compelling character arcs that illustrate that bravery and heart can conquer evil. Aside from the spin-off series, the Duffer Brothers' new label will be in charge of a new Stephen King miniseries adaptation of his book The Talisman. Amblin Partners, helmed by Steven Spielberg, Spielberg will collaborate with Upside Down Pictures to create this Netflix miniseries. Upside Down Pictures will also be responsible for the second live-action Death Note adaptation for Netflix, based on the Japanese manga and anime. This new version will be a television series rather than a full-length feature like the 2017 adaptation. Will Byers' character will be a major emphasis, and Nancy's love triangle should be resolved. Will's trip will be a primary emphasis and component of Season 5, according to Matt Duffer, who told Collider, "Really, all I can say about it at this point. Really, we're beginning to watch him mature before our very eyes. It has proven to be difficult for a variety of reasons, some of which have been supernatural in nature. However, you can now see that he's beginning to come into his own." In addition, Ross Duffer noted that it's setting us up to come full circle back to Season 1. Not just with Will's story arc, but also with that of other characters. I believe you will notice that. But there are also some unresolved issues with Steve and Nancy, as well as her connection with Jonathan. Will is an example of a character who may have progressed down the path, but overall, the trip has not yet come to an end. When we attempt to close up this whole thing during the next season, all of it is going to play a significant part. Noah Schnapp said that Will is homosexual and that he does have affections for Mike in an interview with Variety. He also stated that Will does have feelings for Mike. It was always sort of there, but you never really knew. Is it simply him growing up slower than his friends? Obviously, it was hinted at in Season 1. It was obvious, but you never really knew, Schnapp stated. Now that he's older, they've made it a very real and evident thing, she said. Now it is quite apparent that he is a homosexual and that he has feelings for Mike. Well, will there be a skip in time when we get to the 5th season of Stranger Things? As a fan who watches the show Stranger Things, you are aware that the first episode of each season has a brief flash forward in time. The first season took place in November and December 1983, while the second season took place in October 1984, and the third season took place in July 1985. The events of the fourth season take place in March 1986, exactly 8 months after the events of the third season. However, it seems that the Duffer brothers are now debating whether or not to do another time travel. In an interview with TV Line, they said that the ages of the younger performers make it almost impossible to avoid a significant time leap. "I have no doubt that there will be a time jump involved. In a perfect world, we would have filmed seasons 4 and 5 one right after the other, but it just wasn't possible given the circumstances. Finally, in which year will the 5th season of Stranger Things take place? After the conclusion of the first season of Stranger Things, the second season picks up exactly 1 year later. The first season aired in November 1983, followed by the second season in October 84 and the third season in July 1985, and the fourth season was in March 1986. On the other hand, it is not yet certain whether or not the actions of the 5th season will take place in 1987. In light of the fact that the Upside Down is fast spreading over Hawkins and the threat presented by Vecna is becoming very urgent, how far into the future will they go? It is possible that the premiere of the movie Beetlejuice, in which Winona Ryder plays the part of a Hollywood superstar that she really plays in real life, will coincide with the continuation of the program through March of 1988 if it does so. That marks the end of our today's show. Hope you liked it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on your way out. Thanks for watching.